It's round 7 of the Enduro World Series 2019 and we have come back to the spiritual home of mountain biking. Welcome to Northstar California. Hot on the heels of a captivating Whistler round then, we have headed south to California. Mountain biking as a sport was born just hours down the road from here, and we have come to the stunning shores of North Lake Tahoe at the Northstar California Resort for what might just prove to be one of the most thrilling enduro showdowns the sport has yet seen. The elite women's category is very much a case of catch me if you can, as Isabelle Corderia inches ever closer to that perfect season. But it's in the elite men's that we can really expect fireworks this weekend. Richie Rude has won 2 out of the last 3 races and has won at this venue before. Eddie Masters stopped him winning 3 races in a row in Les Ors and is within touching distance of the overall lead. Add to that Sam Hill, who is as yet without a win in 2019 but still believes he will take the title, Martin Mays, who is back after his mid-season ban, and the overall title leader Florian Nicolai, who sees a championship rearing into view. And it's safe to say we are expecting fireworks. The opening stage of the weekend saw a fast and loose plunge through the Northstar Bike Park via a nearly 400-metre vertical drop.
Wow, stage 1 was so fun. Super dusty, like fresh cut section, super deep ruts. That was savage.
Yeah, first one was probably one of the hardest I ever did. So pedaling all over the place, felt super slow.
Stage 1 was pretty hard. I did not realize it was this flat at the end, but there were like plenty of rocks, so you know we are hitting pedals like looking like basically.
Maybe after 300 meters, my mouth was all dry and extremely dusty as well. It's going to be a tough ride.
Well, it was good. Like in practice, it was super rutted and kind of awkward to ride, and it's actually way better in racing, so that was pretty sick.
The Battle of the Titans was now underway, and it was Richie Rude who drew first blood with a convincing 7-second victory ahead of the returning Martin Mays, with Sam Hill in third. In the elite women's race, Isabelle Corderia beat Noga Karem home by 9 seconds, with Trek's Katie Winton in third. This is the first time the EWS has visited Northstar, and a more brutal place to come mountain bike racing you're unlikely to find. We're at a minimum of 1900 metres above sea level all weekend. Add to that more rock than you will probably find at the average Led Zeppelin gig, and we should be in for an absolute cracker of a weekend. And here then is what this weekend's course looks like. Day 1 was to be relatively short and would feature just 2 stages. Stage 1 was the 3-kilometre long River Styx, before the riders would head back up for the brutally rocky Carpiel. Day 2 began with the toughest test of the race. The Queen stage was the Tahoe Trail, which comprised of 6 separate trails. The 4th stage was the brand new Tell No Tales before the 5th and shortest test, which was the 1.2 kilometre long Dogbone, before the final 2.2 kilometres of stage 6. And now that racing is well underway here in Northstar, let's pause for a second and take a look at how the championship standings currently look. Isabelle Courdurier kept her perfect season rolling in Whistler, but she did aggravate an old knee injury in the process, so it'll be interesting to see if any of the other elite women can capitalise on it and start making inroads to her 845-point lead. Florian Nicolai tops the charts in the elite men's rankings, but Eddie Masters is just 110 points behind him, and the reigning champ Sam Hill is just 175 back. But enough of the details, let's get back to the action at the top of stage 2. Carpiel boasted one of the biggest rock gardens in EWS history, which had been destroying wheels all through practice. Under race conditions, it would look even more ferocious.
Experience of my life riding down that rock chute. People just going, Katie, Katie, Katie.
Biffed over the bars, done a bit of damage to my hand or wrist. That's me out for the weekend.
The amount of rocks, like, normally you'd look at them and you'd be like, this is unrideable. And for some reason you just point straight at them and ride over them.
My arms are a bit sore. I'm hanging on, playing it live.
A few mistakes, try to do as good as I can, but I'm
pretty scared of this one, so I just try to ride smooth, safe. I just don't want to crash here again. Like, I secure my lead in the overall, so I just need to ride down and
trying to hit my lines, but sometimes you gotta just wing it in these conditions. Smashed my wheels pretty good a couple of times, so it's making me a little nervous, but yeah, we'll keep charging.
Unfortunately for title hopeful Eddie Masters, stage 2 spelt disaster. The Kiwi crashed high up and the result was a broken wrist. The man only a handful of points behind him in the series, Sam Hill, took the stage win and set about pegging back Ruud's overnight lead to just over half a second. Courdurier made it 2 from 2 on day 1 and will go into the second day with a comfortable 10-second lead. The opening stage of day 2 was the Queen stage, a brutal 5 km long high altitude punisher with overall points up for grabs at its finish.
It's hard. The altitude like hits you half the way down and you're not recovering as fast.
That's probably the hardest thing I've done this year. The whole day is a good variety and really sorts the men from the boys for sure.
Is the race over yet?
Just 3 more.
Okay, 3 more.
You enjoy that one?
Yeah, I cannot breathe yet. Actually, it was fun, more than I thought, but so physical, so I'm kind of dead.
Yeah, sucks Eddie's out, trying to make up ground on flow really. He's been leading it, he's been consistent everywhere. Same goal and that hunting down flow.
The altitude is not for me I have a good legs, but my heart is really high. This is not my weekend, I think.
Top one, the queen stage of the weekend, and hopefully I went quick. You know, Sam's going fast, so you know, he's right behind me yesterday, and I gotta stay on my game, especially on the downhilly stuff.
Isabeau Corderier's undefeated run of Queen Stage victories came to an end on the Tahoe Trail. Her good friend and rival Noga Carême became the first woman to rob the French rider of points in 2019 with her win on stage 3. Richie Rude won the first test of the day by 3 seconds from the hard-charging Mitch Ropolato, who was holding on to 3rd place in the overall. Tell No Tales or TNT, whatever you wanted to call it, stage 4 featured some of the most technical rock gardens of the race alongside insanely fast high-speed sections.
Yeah, I'm just putting in bigger cush core because the last 2 are kind of more downhill and just super rocky, so hopefully this will kind of let me get a little bit more wild in that rock garden for everyone on stage 5.
Small crash on that stage. Happy to be back racing. Obviously, I'm a winner. I want to be winning.
I just try to keep calm, keep going. My only focus today is overall, so I just stay safe and have fun.
He had a puncture on stage 3, and because of all the dust, so they can't really see the rock. So the rock gardens everybody talking about, they're fine because then they see what they're hitting. But when they go full speed and hit rocks and hard under the dust, they things up for them. So.
Okay, so far Martin banned the pedal and the crank hitting a rock. Wynn's done a few derailers.
The complex mixture of gravity-fueled brutality of stage 4 was just the ticket for Sam Hill, who took control of the race via a stage win. He was now 0.4 of a second ahead of Rude on the road. Isabeau Corderier admitted that she was having problems not thinking about her overall points lead. A win on Northstar would lock up the title, but whatever thoughts were going through her mind, they weren't slowing her down. Her lead of the race was now out to 12 seconds. Dogbone was to be the shortest stage of the race, but featured yet another huge boulder field for the riders to pick through.
There were so many spectators at the rock garden. Unfortunately, I had a mistake on the exit. Just fell over.
Yeah, it's been a hard day, so I'm glad it's short. But yeah, this is my favorite trail for sure. Super fun to ride.
One of my first stage without crash, and this is good.
It's been hard. I did like really a lot of mistakes. Yeah, it's maybe a bit of pressure.
It's hard, but it's fun. That's what we signed up for.
Yeah, dude, this place is so much fun. So gnarly though. You're like ragged because everything's such short stages. You don't really know what you're jumping into. You're just kind of hug, swap.
It's hard, that track's so savage with rocks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the last one. It's probably favourite stage of the weekend.
Probably the loosest run I've had all weekend. Just like knowing it's so close, I was like, whatever,
Couldn't, had some sketchy moments, but I rode fast.
Adrian Lanfey-Nadeau took the stage win on 5 and was looking solid in third. Meanwhile, at the front of the race, Isabelle Corderie now only had one stage standing between her and the title. At the front of the men's race, Hill and Rude were now locked in a battle of fractions of a second. As they headed into the final stage, only 13 thousandths separated them. The stage was set for one of the most epic finales the series had ever produced. Boondocks is a Northstar classic, and it was a fitting place to see what had been such a delicately balanced race come to its crashing conclusion.
Ah, merci.
Even at the finish line, after over 15 kilometres of timed racing, Hill and Rude were virtually inseparable. The American rider narrowly edged it by less than a wheel with a win on the final stage. His margin of victory in the overall was just 0.8 of a second. Mitch Ropolato, back to race his home round, finished a superb third, having ridden brilliantly all weekend. The dominator of the start of the year, Martin Mays, was fourth, and the irrepressible Jesse Melamed came fifth with a still broken hand. But the biggest smile of the race perhaps belonged to Isabelle Corderie, who came second on the final stage behind Amy Morrison to secure herself both the race win and the overall title with a round to spare. Noga Carême was second, and Adrian Lanfey-Nadeau would finish the race in third. Ines Toma was fourth, and Katie Winton was fifth.
EWS. I don't even know what's happening right now, so I'm just going with the motions, just riding the best I can, and it's like working out. I was pretty nervous this morning. I knew I had it in me because I rode real good, and you just like find this groove here. That was just like, all right, this is good.
I think I surprised myself. Here is a super different condition, and I was like, it's hard to feel like you're super in control and fast, so I'm super happy to end with a good result. There was only one more, but pretty much it's just about focusing on the process at every round, and that allows you to do it over and over again. If you start focusing on results, that's when it doesn't really work. So I've been able to like stay in that mind frame, and it's just been pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It's nice being so close and battling for the win, and yeah, just a bit pissed off to be on the wrong side of it. So 0.8 after all that racing's pretty close, and yeah, just replaying in my mind where I could make that time up on the stages this weekend.
Only 60 points in it now between Florian and yourself. How big a race is Zermatt for you?
It's massive. It's what the season's going to come down to. It's nice to be able to put myself in a position where I'm within striking distance of trying to get the third championship, so that's what we're going for.
Yeah, like to me to win stages is a big progress, and Isabelle is really on fire this season, and I will do everything I can to train to kick her ass next year, but I'll have to work hard in the off-season. But meanwhile, yeah, I'm super happy with how the day went.
You've locked up the overall title. What does that mean to you as a rider?
It's been really hard coming here and knowing like I could win the overall if I did good on this race. So I had a bit of pressure and I tried to really relax and enjoy it, but it's still been hard, like to find the right pace. I'll go out tonight, have fun, and maybe tomorrow morning I will realize.
You know, I had some good stages, but he also had some really good stages and kept the time gap so tight. And yeah, coming to those last two, I knew it was like really tight, and he got me back on 4, and I was like, oh man, I just got to like go for it. And yeah, the last 2 stages I was probably riding at like 11. It was pretty crazy.
When the racing's that tight, you mustn't have any other option but to go full gas, surely.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm running as quickly as I can, like at a place where like, oh, you know, I probably won't crash, but like, you know, it's up there. So yeah, trying to be smart, but also trying to just go as fast as I can.
Courdeurier then takes the 2019 Enduro World Series title with a round to spare. Carême is looking comfortable as best of the rest, but a superb couple of rounds sees Lamphia Nadeau leapfrog Morgan Charr into 3rd in the series. What a race Zermatt is shaping up to be. Sam Hill, on the hunt for his 3rd consecutive title, is now just 60 points behind Florian Nicolai. Nicolai admitted that he found the unique conditions of Northstar tricky, but will be much more at home in the high alpine terrain of Switzerland. Eddie Masters' injury woes are hugely disappointing, but it's Kevin McKell who is now up into 3rd place in the overall.
Make some noise for the fastest teams of the day!
And in the Teams Championship, Rocky Mountain Raceface took Team of the Day and are now locked in a 2-way battle for the 2019 title with Canyon Factory Racing. There we have it, round 7 of the 29 Enduro World Series. The penultimate round is in the books, and what an absolute classic it turned out to be. Isabeau Courdeurier has locked up the Elite Women's Championship with 1 round to go. But Noga Carême took a queen stage from her. Can she go one better and take the win at the last round in Zermatt? That'll be one to watch out for. In the Battle of the Titans, the 5-way brawl, we were predicting boiled down to just Sam Hill versus Richie Rude by the narrowest of margins possible. Richie Rude emerging the victor at his home round. Hill will have eyes on that title after Eddie Masters' wrist injury, and it will be all to play for when we head to Switzerland. We'll see you there in a few weeks. Thanks for watching.